To watch these important lessons, subscribe to DP Education's YouTube channel right now. Click on the bell icon to stay updated on the latest lessons. Sri Lanka's largest free online school, DP Education.
So my dear children, in the earlier chapter we discussed the questions given in your textbook. Now it's time to discuss the questions, right? But however, these questions are somewhat extra questions, right, related to the lesson simple machines. Now let's head on to observe these extra questions then. So the first type of question given, you have to choose the most accurate answer out of the questions given here. Number 1, a simple machine makes a work easy. Correct. Reduces the effort that should be given. Correct. Change the direction of the force applied to make work easy. Once again, correct. So all of these things are correct. It makes the work easy, it reduces the effort, and it also can change the direction of the force applied to make work easy. So all of these things are correct. Not a main type of a simple machine. Lever, bicycle. Bicycle is not a main type of a simple machine, right? Next one. Work done is energy from the sun, force that moves an object, type of a machine, all the above. So work done means, my dear children, a force which is going to move an object. In simply, I told you, I explained you what do you mean by the work done. So work done is force which is going to move a certain object. This is what do you mean by the work done. Next one. Which of these is not an example of an inclined plane? Stairs, correct. Driveway, correct. Ladder, once again correct. Wall is not an example, right? Wall is a vertical line like this. So it is not an inclined plane. It's a vertical one. So wall is incorrect, my dear children, right? Wall. It is not an inclined plane, right? Then the next one. Which is an example of someone using a simple machine to do work? Banker counts money. Boy runs across a football field. Mother pushes a stroller up a ramp into a building. So here you can observe the ramp. So ramp means, my dear children, an inclined plane. So here the mother is using the ramp or the inclined plane. So it is a simple machine. Girl eats a sandwich. Incorrect. Okay. Next one. Ian is using a screwdriver to insert a screw. The screwdriver is being used as pulley, lever, wheel and axle, a screw. So my dear children, you know that the screwdriver, there is an axle and there is a wheel. Okay. So wheel and axle is the correct answer, right? Wheel and axle. Next one. Person need to split a log. What simple machine would help him? Very simple, my dear children. To split a wooden log, we use the inclined plane, which is referred as the wedge. The wedge. Question number 8. A seesaw on a playground is an example of what type of simple machine? Seesaw, very simple, my dear children. It's a lever, right? It's a first order lever. Seesaw. Next one. Which simple machine is used on a flagpole to help when the flag is raised? Once again, very simple. Now at your school meetings, assembly, in cases where the flag is being lifted up, at the topmost point, there is a pulley. So pulley is the one which is helpful to lift that flag upward. Pulley. Example for third class lever. Wheelbarrow, pair of scissors, nutcracker, fishing rod. Can you remember the fishing rod? Rotation point is in here, fulcrum. Then the effort at the middle, then load at the far end. Like this, no? Okay. So effort is at the middle, fulcrum and the load at the two sides. So fishing rod is the answer. Fishing rod. This is our answer, my dear children. First class lever. Sorry, third class lever, right? Third class lever. Fishing rod. Next one. Example for a first class lever. First class lever means the fulcrum should at the middle, other two at the two ends. So fulcrum should be at the middle. Forceps, pair of scissors, seesaw, above all. Very simple, my dear children. In forceps, fulcrum is at the middle. Pair of scissors, once again the fulcrum is at the middle. Seesaw, once again the fulcrum at the middle. So all of these things are correct. Example for a second class lever. So within a second class lever, right, you can observe the load is at the middle. Load at the middle. Forceps, pair of scissors, nutcracker, fishing rod. So forceps, pair of scissors, fishing rod are incorrect. But however, the nutcracker over there, we can observe the ericanet is located at the middle now. So that's the load. So nutcracker is the answer, my dear children. This is the example for second class lever. Next one. Figure shows an example for effort is at the middle, load and fulcrum at the two ends. This is like a fishing rod, right? Effort. See, load as the other far end. So effort is at the middle. So this is third order lever. So first order, second order, third order lever. Fourth order, there is no such thing, right? There are only three orders. So answer should be third order lever. Velocity ratio is very simple, my dear children. Velocity ratio means displacement of the effort division the displacement of the load. First and foremost one is correct, right? Load division effort is the mechanical advantage. That's a mechanical advantage. Okay. Displacement of effort division displacement of load, that's the velocity ratio. Next one. Work done on the lever. Work done on the lever is measured, right? Is measured by work done on the lever, my dear children. Effort multiplication displacement of the effort. Load multiplication displacement of the effort. Effort multiplication displacement of the load. Load multiplication displacement of the load. Once again the answers: effort multiplication displacement of the effort. Load multiplication displacement of the effort. We know that B and C are incorrect. For sure B and C are incorrect. Why is that? Because, my dear children, there are no such things as load multiplication displacement of effort and effort multiplication displacement of load, right? Work input or work output. Work input is equal to effort multiplication displacement of effort. Then load multiplication displacement of load, that's the work output. So the question is asking work done on the lever. Work done on the lever means the work input, which is equal to effort multiplication displacement of the effort. Right, next one. Mechanical advantage over velocity ratio multiplication 100 is very simple, my dear children. This is the efficiency. Mechanical advantage division velocity ratio into 100 is the efficiency of a simple machine, right? Next one. Select the answer which has only inclined planes. So you have to select the answer that has only inclined planes. So inclined planes can only be observed in the fourth answer, right? Within the fourth answer, you can observe only the inclined planes. Because in here, shovel is not an inclined plane. Nutcracker in the second one is not an inclined plane. Fishing rod in the third one, not an inclined plane. Screw nail, staircase and wedge, all of these three are inclined planes. Next one, weight of a barrel is 300 Newton. Force exerted to push the barrel along a plane is 50 Newton. Mechanical advantage. So very simple, you just divide 300 by 50. Answer is just 6, not 6 Newton, just 6. Okay. Mechanical advantage means, my dear children, load division, the effort. When you divide load by the effort, you can get the answer for the mechanical advantage. So the mechanical advantage is equal to 6. Okay. 300 over 50. Right. Select the answer with a system of pulleys. Screw jack, windlass, door, crane. Very simple, my dear children. Crane is the answer. It's the machine that has a system of pulleys. Next one. When used in an inclined plane of 4 meter long to lift a barrel to the deck of a lorry which is 1 meter high from the ground, velocity ratio. So velocity ratio is very simple. Distance traveled by the effort division distance traveled by the load. Distance traveled by the effort should be the length of the inclined plane, which is 4 meters. Then distance traveled by the load should be equal to 1 meter. Distance traveled by the effort is the 4 meter answer. That means the length of the inclined plane, which is the distance traveled by the effort. Distance traveled by the load, that's the height of the inclined plane, which is 1 meter. So 4 over 1 is equal to 4. Not 4 meters, just 4. There are no any units as it is a ratio. Okay. Right. Then the next one. Diagram shows, very simple, my dear children. This is a windlass, right? Windlass. See, this is not a pulley, it's a windlass, right? Not a pulley. Then next one, select the correct answer related to a pulley. It reduces the effort needed. No, it's not going to reduce the effort needed, right? Related to a pulley. One, so it's not going to reduce the effort. Next one, doesn't make the work easy. Actually, it does, right? It's change in direction of the force applied to make work easy. Yes, that is correct. The mechanical advantage of a pulley is 0. That's incorrect, right? So, here the answer is change in the direction of force applied to make work easy. That's the correct answer regarding a pulley. Okay. Right. Then the next question, question number 23. Force applied on the machine is the effort. Very simple. Right? That is the force applied on the machine. Next one, when lifting a mass of 2 kg to a height of 50 meters, 5 meters, right? Yes. So, when lifting a mass of 2 kg to a height of 5 meters, work done. So, 5 meters is the height, mass is the one which is given as 2 kilograms. So, you know that we have even studied this. I have given you this relationship, my dear children. Always weight is getting created because of the gravitational force. So 1 kilogram of a mass is giving out a force of 10 newtons. 1 kilogram of a mass is giving out 10 newton of a force, 10 newton of a weight at the surface of the earth. So 2 kilograms means 20 newton. So when 20 newton is lift up to a height of 5 meters, work done is equal to force multiplication the distance, which is equal to 20 Newton into 5, 100 joules. So joules answer is not given, but however, you know that 20 into 500 Newton meter is also correct. So go for the answer 100 Newton meter. I have explained these things when I was discussing the lesson, my dear children, okay, about the Newton meter thing. Right, then the question number 25. When 50 joule of work is done on the machine, only by 20 joule of work is given out from the machine. Efficiency. So efficiency is very simple. So only 20 joule of work is given out. So output is 20. Work done is 50 joules. So input is 50. You divide by 100. And you divide the 2 and multiply by 100. So here 1, here 2. Answer is 40%. 40% should be the answer. Next one. Frictional force is the force that supports the motion of an object, force that acts against the motion of an object, force that accelerates the motion of an object, force which is applied to stop a moving object. So our accurate answer would be force that acts against the motion of an object, my dear children. I have explained this thing about, all right, when we are discussing about the lesson part, right, regarding that pulleys, my dear children. Can you remember? When we are discussing about the pulleys, I have explained about the frictional force. So frictional force is a force which is going to act against the motion of an object. Right. Next question then. Figure shows an example for, very simple, my dear children. The figure is going to show the example for now. You know that the part which is being inserted to the nut over here is having a somewhat larger length, right? Having a somewhat larger diameter. But however, in here, the diameter is somewhat lesser. That means, my dear children, right? Here we can observe the wheel and the axle. So wheel and axle is the correct answer. Next one. Select the correct answer about the bicycle. It uses a system of pulleys. Correct. It uses a system of simple machines. Once again, correct. It is not a complex machine with several simple machines. Bicycle does not have any levers. Now, there are two answers which are correct. It uses system of pulleys. It uses system of simple machines. You have to select the correct answer. We know for sure that it is not a complex machine with several simple machines. It is incorrect because it is a complex machine with several simple machines. So this is incorrect. Bicycle does not have any levers. That is also incorrect. Within the brakes, we can observe levers. Okay. So out of these two, you have to select one. It uses system of pulleys. It uses a system of simple machines. So out of these two, my dear children, the most accurate one would be the part B, right? B. Because pulleys are also falling under the category of simple machines. So within this answer, the upper one is included. So the most appropriate answer would be the part B. It uses simple machines, right? Okay then. Select the correct answer. Lever has been divided into 4 orders. Incorrect. Pulley can be used to reduce the effort given. Once again, incorrect. Screw nail is an example for an inclined plane. Wheel and axle can be found in a wedge. So correct answer would be C, my dear children. Can you remember? even in our laboratory, I have shown you that, okay, when you take a screw nail, it's similar to a what? It's similar to an inclined plane, okay. Next one, 30th. Select the incorrect answer, the incorrect one. System of simple machines is observed in a sewing machine. Correct. Bicycle is not a complex machine. Bicycle is not a complex machine. That is incorrect. Crane is made by system of pulleys. That is correct. Door is an example for a lever. That is also correct. So bicycle, not a complex machine. That should be our incorrect one. Okay, this is the incorrect one. Right then, so let's head on to see the next type of question then. Right. So in here, my dear children, you are given with some sentences. So you have to put a tick if the sentence is correct. If it is wrong, then you have to put a cross. So let's see. Shovel is an example for a wheel and axle. Incorrect. Shovel is not an example for a wheel and axle, right? It's an example for a lever. Next one. In a wheelbarrow, a lever can be seen. That is correct. In a wheelbarrow, we can observe a lever. Bulldozer has levers and pulleys. Bulldozer is a complex machine, my dear children. Over there, we can observe several simple machines as it is a complex machine. So, yes, of course, bulldozer, within a bulldozer, you can observe levers and pulleys. So, it's correct. Ladder is an example for a lever. Incorrect. Ladder is not an example for a lever, but it is an example for a inclined plane. Next one. Wedge is an example for an inclined plane. That is correct. No problem. Right? It is correct. Number 3. Work output is the effort multiplication distance traveled by the effort. Incorrect. Work output is not effort multiplication distance traveled by the effort, but work input is that. So this is incorrect. Next one. Work done can be measured by using Newton meters. That is totally correct. No. In the previous question, we took an answer by using Newton meters. Okay. Also, joules can also be used. You know that, right? When lifting a bag, work is done against the gravity. That is correct. Work is done against the gravity when we are lifting something up. We are going to do a certain work against the gravitational force of our Earth. Okay. Next one. Windlass is using a pulley to operate. Incorrect. It's using wheel and axle, right? In cogwheel and chains of a bicycle, pulleys can be observed. Correct. In cogwheels, right? And in the chain system, we can observe pulleys. That is correct. Efficiency of a lever is always less than 100% due to friction. Absolutely correct, right? In any kind of a lever, efficiency is less than 100% because of the friction. That is correct. Nutcracker is an example for a first order of levers. Nutcracker is not an example for a first order of levers, right? So this is incorrect. So within there, the Lord is at the middle. Fulcrum is at the end. Effort is at the other end. Right? So therefore, it's not an example for first order lever. Within a first order lever, my dear children, you can observe the fulcrum. Okay, fulcrum should be at the middle in the first order lever. So nutcracker is not an example for first order lever. So it is incorrect. Right, so these are the answers for the second question then. Now let's head on to see the third question. Right. So you have to write down the answers in here. Explain the term simple machine. Right? Very simple, my dear children. Simple machine is an instrument, right, or else a thing which makes our jobs or works easy, right? A machine which makes which make our jobs easy. So a machine which make our jobs easy is referred to as a simple machine. Simple machine. Next one. Write the main types of simple machines with an example. Lever, crowbar, inclined plane, inclined plane, screw nail, okay, inclined plane, screw nail. Then number 3, pulley. So for pulley, you know that pulley is the example, so I will not write it. Number 4, fourth one, wheel and axle. Okay, screwdriver. Right, so these are the main types of simple machines: lever, crowbar, inclined plane, screw nail, pulley, then wheel and axle, screwdriver. Okay, right. Question number 3. Explain the terms load, fulcrum, effort in a lever. So load, this is the force handled by the machine. Right? The force which is handled by the machine is referred to as the load. Okay? Next one, fulcrum. Or else we'll write then the effort. Effort. It is the force given to the machine. Force which is given to the machine is called as the effort. Okay, that is the effort. Then number 3, fulcrum. So fulcrum is the point where effort and load is balanced. So load is the force handled by the machine. Effort is the force given to the machine. Fulcrum is the point where effort and load is balanced. Right. Next one. Write the 3 main types of levers with an example. So very simple, my dear children. First order. They are not asking about an explanation, just the type and an example. So first order, seesaw. Second order, nutcracker, third order shovel or else fishing rod. So first order seesaw, second order nutcracker, third order fishing rod. The three orders of levers. Then the next question, question number 5. Explain the terms load arm and effort arm. Explain the terms load arm and the effort arm. So distance between load and the fulcrum is the load arm. Distance between fulcrum and the effort is the effort arm. So load arm distance between load and fulcrum. Effort arm distance between effort and fulcrum. Distance between effort and fulcrum is the effort arm. Distance between load and the fulcrum is the load arm. Next one. Name the class of the given lever and provide 3 examples. Very simple. Fulcrum is at the middle. That means first order. Right? So first order. What are the examples? Seesaw. Then in a balance, my dear children, new one, na? In a balance, my dear children, we can observe the same thing. The weights and the loads getting balanced at the point which is at the fulcrum. So balance is also first order lever. Then using a crowbar. Right? 3 examples for the first order levers: seesaw, balance, and using crowbar. Right, next one, question number 7. Define second class levers with a diagram and provide 2 examples. So, levers where the load is in between fulcrum and effort. Right? So levers where the load is in between fulcrum and effort. So such a lever is a second class or else a second order lever. So let's draw the diagram related to this thing. Fulcrum. Then my dear children, load is at the middle. Effort is given like this. Okay. So effort, load, fulcrum. Then what are the examples? Wheelbarrow, then my dear children, nutcracker, right? Wheelbarrow and nutcracker. In a wheelbarrow, effort is at the far end corner and same as in the nutcracker, right? Next one. Name the class of the given lever and provide 3 examples. Here the effort is at the middle, fulcrum and load are at the 2 ends. That means this is a third class lever or else a third order lever. So third order lever. What are the examples? Shovel, shovel. Then my dear children, fishing rod. Shovel, fishing rod. Okay. Then my dear children, third order lever, shovel, fishing rod, and the third one, broom, right? Broom. So these are the examples for the third order levers. Okay. Shovel, fishing rod, and broom, right? Okay, then question number 9. Write 5 examples for inclined planes used in day-to-day life. 5 examples. Ladder, screw nail, wedge, wedge. Then my dear children, sometimes the screwdriver, this is a new one, okay? The screwdriver can also be used. The screwdriver, okay? Because when you're, when doing certain kind of a molding process, when we are making certain molds, we use the screwdriver in order to, latch a certain thing off from a certain surface. In that case, my dear children, over there also we can use it as an inclined plane. Okay, a new one, not by rotating and removing, but to latch something, to remove a certain surface. In that case, we can use it as an inclined plane. Okay, screwdriver. Then number 5, staircase. So screwdriver can also be used as an inclined plane too. Not when rotating and removing a screw nail, but when you remove certain when you remove a certain thing, when you're scratching a certain surface by using the screwdriver, at that moment you are using it as an inclined plane. Okay, right. Then the next one, write the main advantage of using a pulley. The main advantage of using a pulley is it is utilized to change the direction of the effort provided to the machine. So to change the direction of the to change the direction of the force applied to make work easy. Right? So to change the direction of the force applied to make work easy. That's the main function or the main advantage of using a pulley. Right, then the next question number 11. Mass of an oil barrel is 50 kilograms. Using an inclined plane of 5 meter long, it is lifted to the deck of a lorry which is 2 meters in height from the ground. The force exerted to push the barrel along the plane is 200 Newton. Calculate the given separately. Mechanical advantage. Very simple, my dear children. What do you have to find out? The mechanical advantage. You take the load and divide it by the effort. So load is how much? Now load is given as 50 kilograms. That means we have to convert it to Newton. So when you multiply, I told you that 1 kilogram is equal to 1 kilogram. Always remember this thing. 1 kilogram is equal to 10 Newton. So therefore, when you multiply 50 by 10, answer is 500. So 500 Newton division 200 Newton is the effort. So our answer is 2.5. 2.5. Okay, load over effort. The next one, velocity ratio. Velocity ratio is simple once again. It's the distance traveled by the effort division distance traveled by the load. So I'll mention in simple as displacement. Effort division displacement of the load. So displacement of the effort. Displacement of the effort means, my dear children, that's the length of the inclined plane. So inclined plane of 5 meters. Then lift to a height of 2 meters. Once again, you can get the answer as 2.5. 2.5. Efficiency. So efficiency is equal to, very simple, mechanical advantage over velocity ratio multiplication 100. That means, my dear children, 2.5 over 2.5 into 100. That means it is 100%. 100%. Efficiency means displacement. Efficiency means, my dear children, that's the mechanical advantage division the velocity ratio into 100. So mechanical advantage 2.5, velocity ratio 2.5 into 100. That means 1 into 100 equal 100%. Means that work input should be equal to work output in here. Let's see whether it is getting equal or not. Work input. Work input means it is the effort multiplication displacement of effort. So effort is 200 multiplication, displacement is how much? Displacement is 5 meters. See, 5 meters. So 1000 joules. 1000 joules. Then next one, work output. Output is load multiplication displacement of the load. So load is equal to 500 Newton multiplication displacement of the load is the height which it has traveled, equal to 2 meters. Once again you can obtain as 1000 joules. See, I told you, if the efficiency is 100%, that means the work input should equal to work output. Okay. Next one, efficiency. So efficiency means in here you need to find out by using the work input and the work output. So 1000 joules. So I'll write the formula. Work output. You divide it by the work input. And multiply by 100. That means 1000, 100, 100%. So in normal, this is theoretical one. In our normal day-to-day activities, we won't be able to find out these kinds of inclined planes, my dear children. Okay. Usually, the efficiency is going to be less than 100%. It's because of the friction, right? I think you have learned this thing. Right. So now let's head on to see the next question. Right, my dear children. Then the question number 12. So the question number 12 is reflecting about a pulley. Let's see. So weight of a bucket full of water is 20 Newton. It is lifted up using a pulley. Assume that the pulley causes no friction. Find the effort needed to lift the bucket. Very simple. 12 Newton. Even we have experimented this thing, my dear children. Right? Next one. Mechanical advantage velocity ratio. All of these two. Right? All of these two is equal to 1 in a pulley. That's the answer. Right? Then work input, work output and the efficiency. So my dear children, here specifically they have not given a certain distance, right? So therefore, let's imagine that like this. Distance moved equal 50 centimeters. So distance moved is equal to 50 centimeters. Okay. Usually you are given with, when you are taking a question, usually you are given with the distance which has been moved. But however, as long as if they have not given, so you can take a value like this, then you can simplify. So the work input, very simple, my dear children. Input work is equal to 12 Newton into 0.5 meters, right? 12 Newton into 0.5. Work input means the effort multiplication, the distance moved by the effort. You know that if the distance moved by the effort or the load, both the things going to be 50 centimeters. So this is equal to 6 joules. 0.5 into 12, right? Not 12, right? It should be 20. Here it's 20, not 12. So here it should be 20. Let's recorrect it. 20 Newton. Because always the effort is equal to right? Effort is equal to the load when you are using a pulley. So it should be 20 Newton, not 12. Mechanical ratio, mechanical advantage and velocity ratio, both the things are equal to 1. You already know that when using a pulley, right? Then the work input is equal to 20 Newton into 0.5. 20 Newton into 0.5, right? That means, my dear children, joules. 20 into 0.5, 10 joules. Then work output is equal, once again 20 Newton into again 0.5, again 10 joules. You know that when using a pulley, work input is equal to work output. So when you divide those two and multiply by 100, the efficiency is 100%. So efficiency is equal to 10 joules, 10 joules, 100. %. Very simple. So questions related to the pulleys are very simple. Always the mechanical advantage and the velocity ratio is equal to 1. The effort is similar to the load if there is only one pulley, right? Then the work input is equal to the work output and the efficiency is always 100%. This is for a pulley. Right, then the next one. Given below is a bicycle. Name the simple machines and the parts which used. Okay, so in a bicycle, right? In a bicycle, my dear children, the simple machines and the parts. So in here, you can observe cogwheel and chains. This is going to utilize wheel and axle. Then, my dear children, in here, right, in here, right, you can observe the wheel and hub. This is called as the hub of the bicycle, right? Wheel and the hub. So in the wheel and the hub, once again you can observe, right, wheel and axle. Then in here, right, the brakes. Right, in brakes, my dear children, you can observe levers. Then once again within these, gear shifters and in cogwheel, right? So these are gear shifters, right? And once again within the cogwheel, my dear children, you can observe, so I'll mention as gear shifters right? Or else gear system. So within this gear system, my dear children, you can observe pulleys. So all of these things can be seen within a bicycle. Pulley, wheel and axle, levers, all of these things, right? Okay, then write 5 machines which uses several simple machines. That means 5 complex machines that use the simple machines. So we can write number 1, bicycle. Then in a car also, like in opening and closing a door, right? Like that way, in a door, my dear children, we can observe the lever, right? When turning the steering wheel here and there, wheel and axle, right? Like that way, there are several things. So in a car, we can observe simple machines. Number 3, photocopy machine. Photocopy machine. Number 4, sewing machine. Sewing machine. Number 5, motorbike. Motorbike, or else bulldozer, crane, right? Those things are also correct, my dear children. So 5 machines that use several simple machines, right? Next one, question number 15. When using a lever, the efficiency is always less than 100%. Explain the reason for it. Mention 2 methods to increase the efficiency, right? So when using a lever, my dear children, not only a lever, but when you use any kind of a simple machine, efficiency is not 100%. It's because right? It's because, there is a frictional force acting on the surface. So we can write the answer because of the frictional force. Right? So two methods to increase the efficiency. So in a lever, how we can increase the efficiency? Number 1, we can increase the efficiency by increasing the effort arm. By increasing the length between fulcrum and the effort, that means by increasing the effort arm, we can increase the efficiency. Okay. Then the second one, the opposite of this one, by decreasing the load arm. By decreasing the load arm, my dear children, we can once again increase the efficiency. Okay. Once again, we can increase the efficiency by decreasing the load arm. Okay. Right. So effort arm means the distance between fulcrum and the effort. Load arm is the distance between fulcrum and the load. So by minimizing the load arm and by increasing the effort arm, we can increase the efficiency of a lever. Right. Next question then. Explain what is called as frictional force. write 2 disadvantages of friction. Very simple, my dear children. I have explained you about the frictional force. Can you remember? So, frictional force means it is the opposite force or the force acting against the motion of an object. Two disadvantages. Number 1, because of the frictional force, more force should be applied to operate a certain machine. So the efficiency is getting reduced. Reduce the efficiency in machines, right? Reduce the efficiency in machines. Then number 2, my dear children, machine parts are wear off quickly. Machine parts are wearing off. That means quickly they are getting decayed down, mainly because of the frictional force. When the two surfaces are getting stretched here and there, because of the frictional force, the machine parts are wearing off quickly. Okay, so these are disadvantages of frictional force. So it reduces the efficiency in machines and machine parts are wearing off. Disadvantages of frictional force. 17. Write 3 machines that use system of pulleys. 3 machines that use system of pulleys. Number 1, the one which we have learned, crane. Then system of pulleys are even being used in the bicycle. Then, my dear children, in the bulldozer also. Right, in bulldozer also, right, we use system of pulleys, right? So this is the answer for the 17th question then. Crane, bicycle and bulldozer. Okay, right. Okay, then the figure here shows how a strong piece of plank kept inclined is used to lift the load of 60 kg to a height of 1.5 meters. The effort applied is 200 Newton and the efficiency of the inclined plane is 60%. Find the weight W. So you need to find out the weight W in here. Very simple, 60 into 10, right? You know the relationship now. 10 Newton is equal to 1 kilogram. So 60 into 10, 600 Newton. Find the mechanical advantage of the inclined plane. So now I'm not going to write down the formula, my dear children, because you already know the formula, right? I have written it several times. So the mechanical advantage, very simple, take the load 600 divided by the effort 200. So our answer is 3. Calculate the length of the plane. Length of the plane. Okay. So I'll keep the third one. We'll answer the others. Okay. So find the velocity ratio. So to find out the velocity ratio and the length of the plane, right, we have to calculate the plane length. So I'm going to find out the length then. So before that, my dear children, let me take the distance. Let me take the distance as x in here. Let's take it as x. Okay. So let's take the slide somewhat up. So the third question, length of the plane, right? So I have marked it as x. So I'm going to do the calculation then. Number 3. So we know that efficiency is equal to work output division the work input into 100. Efficiency is given as 60%. Work output means load multiplication displacement of the load. Division the work input is the effort multiplication displacement of the effort. Load multiplication displacement of load, effort multiplication displacement of effort into 100. Now let's substitute. Okay. So 60 is equal to then load is equal to 600 Newton multiplication displacement of the load. So displacement of the load here it is given only 1.5 meters. 1.5. Effort. How much is the effort given? Effort is 200 Newton. Then we don't know x. X is the length which, right? That's the length which it has traveled. Okay, length which the effort has traveled. Right. So this value multiplication 100 is getting equal to 60. Now let's cancel off then. Here 2 zeros to 2 zeros are getting cancelled with the Newton thing. Then here you can cut by 1, here 3. 3 into 1.5 into 100 then. So take the slide up. 3 into 1.5 into 100. So I'll cut this one and take this one to here. So 3 into 15 into 10. Below there is x. Here there is 60. Now let's do the cross multiplication. So 60x now getting equal to 3 times 15 is 45. 45 into 10, 450. Divide both sides by 60. 0 to 0 is getting cancelled. 45 over 6. So 45 over 6 is exactly equal to, you divide 45 by 6. 7 42 for 30 is 5. 7.5. Right? 7.5. 7.5 meters is the answer for the third one, which is the length of the plane, right? Length of the inclined plane, right? Third one. Then next one, find the velocity ratio. So velocity ratio, let us calculate the velocity ratio then. Number 4, velocity ratio, this is equal to displacement of effort division displacement of load. Right? Displacement of effort division displacement of load. So displacement of the effort, we found out that one is equal to 7.5 meters. Displacement of the load, 1.5 meters. That means, my dear children, 75 over 15. 5 is the answer. 5. 5 is the answer. Displacement of the load, that means the distance which the load has traveled. So over here, you can see that load has traveled like 1.5 meters when the load is going to travel upward. Okay, right then. So length of the inclined plane is 7.5. You divide it by 1.5. The answer is 5. Then what is the next question? Question number 5. The work input. Okay, we'll find out the work input then. Question number 5, work input. Effort multiplication displacement of the effort. So effort is 200 Newton, displacement is 7.5 meters. Cut 0, take 1 to the other side. 75 into 20. 75 into 20. So 75 into 20 means 75 times 2. 75 times 2 is 150 plus another 0, 1500 joules. 1500 joules, the work input. Then the 6th one. How much is the work output? The work output. So let's calculate the work output then. Question number 6. Load multiplication displacement of the load. Load multiplication displacement of load. So load is equal to 600 Newton. 1.5 is the displacement. So you cut 0, take this one to the other side. 60 into 15. 60 into 15. That means 900 joules. 900 joules. Okay. So let's see whether our answer is correct. If so, the efficiency should be equal to 60%. Let's see. 1500, 900, 100. 3 times 3, 3 times 5, 5 times 1, 20, 60. See, efficiency is 60. So our answer is correct, my dear children. Right. So in here, weight W is equal to 60. 60 into 10, 600 Newton. The mechanical advantage, 600 division 200, 3. The length of the inclined plane, we took the answer over here. Efficiency is equal to work output division work input into 100. So 60 is equal to load into displacement of the load division effort into displacement of the effort into 100. So here 600 into 1.5, 200 into x into 100. So you can cancel off here 3, here 1. Then my dear children, 3 times 50 times 10. Then below you can find out x. So you do the cross multiplication. Then finally you will get the answer of x as 450 over 60, which is equal to 7.5. Then the velocity ratio is getting equal to displacement of effort division the displacement of the load. Displacement of the effort is equal to 7.5. Displacement of the load is equal to 1.5. So when you divide those two, the answer is 5. Then the work input. Effort multiplication, the displacement of the effort. So effort is equal to 200. You multiply by the displacement of the effort, which is the 7.5, the length of the inclined plane. 75 into 20, 1500. Then the work output equal load into displacement of the load. Then 600 Newton is the load, multiplied by 1.5, which the load, displacement of the load. So 600 into 1.5, 900 joules. To be sure, I have calculated the efficiency by using these two. So 900, 1500 multiplied by 100. The answer is exactly 60, which means, my dear children, according to the question, our answer is correct. Right? So this is the question then. So we have discussed all the questions given under the question, which is over here, main question. Okay. Now let's move on to see the next one. Question number 19. When giving a work input of 20 joules, 15 joules of work output is given. Calculate the efficiency. Very simple. So efficiency is, in simple, you can say work output, work input times 100. So work output is 15, here 20, 100. 5 times 3, 5 times 4. Then my dear children, 4 times 1, 25. The answer is 75%. Next one. Is the above machine an effective machine? Explain with reasons. So when giving a work input of 20 joules, 15 joules of work output is given. So the efficiency is 75. So the question is asking, is the above machine is an effective machine? Yes. What is the reason for it? Because the efficiency is greater than 50%. If the efficiency is greater than 50% means, my dear children, this is somewhat efficient. Okay. Somewhat efficient means the machine is, usage of this machine is somewhat efficient. It's good. So we can write the answer. Efficiency is greater than 50%. Right? I'll include because. Right, because efficiency is greater than 50%. If a certain machine is providing a certain efficiency greater than 50%, then it is good, my dear children. Okay. If the efficiency is below the 50%, then it is not a efficient machine. Okay. Right. So we have answered 20 questions. 20 questions related to the essay type questions. Over there we did several calculations, my dear children. Now let's head on to see the next one. Right. So complete the given table. So you are given with several works, right? So for these works, you have to write down the instrument which is used and the simple machine which has been utilized. Drawing water from a deep well. The instrument, pulley and rope. You need a rope and a pulley. So simple machine is pulley, right? Very simple. Next one. Roll a heavy stone. To roll a heavy stone, will be needing a crowbar. The simple machine, it is the lever, right? Lever. Load a barrel to a lorry, will be needing an inclined plane. Inclined surface is the instrument that we need. So the simple machine, you know, it's very simple. Inclined plane. Next one. Lift a bag of sand to a higher building. Lift a bag of sand to a higher building. Once again, you'll be needing a pulley and a rope. Right? So, pulley. Next one. Cut a piece of cloth. Scissor. Scissor is a lever. Scissor is a lever. Next one. Take a sand from a sand pit. Windlass. Take sand from sand pit. Windlass. So take sand from a sand pit, windlass. Then the simple machine is wheel and axle. Wheel and axle. Next one, climb up to a high roof. Climb up to a high roof, we use the ladder. Climb up to a high roof, we use the ladder. Ladder is an inclined plane. Right? Inclined plane. Next one, climb from one story to another in a building. So in a building, to climb one story to another, we use the staircase. Staircase. Once again, it is an inclined plane. Right. So, drawing water from a deep well, pulley and rope, pulley, roll a heavy stone, crowbar, which is a lever, load a barrel to a lorry, inclined surface, which is an inclined plane, lift a bag of sand to a higher building, pulley and a rope, we are using the pulley, cut a piece of cloth, scissor, lever, take sand from a sand pit, windlass, wheel and axle, climb up to a high roof, ladder, inclined plane, climb from one story to another in a building, staircase, the inclined plane. Okay, so these are the answers for the table given in here for the instrument and the simple machine. Right, then the next one, match A with B. You need to match then. So let's match these things then. Motorbike users stapler, shovel, crowbar, screwdriver. So what is the correct one? Levers, right? Motorbike is using levers, right? It's not going to use stapler or screwdriver, shovel or crowbar, right? But however, within a motorbike, we can observe levers. Like in the brake, within the brakes of the motorbikes, there are levers. Next one, second order lever. Now in the second order lever, right, definitely within a second order lever, my dear children, definitely the load should be at the middle. Load should be at the middle. Okay, fulcrum should be at the far end, and the effort should be at, right, the effort should be at the other end. Load should be at the middle. So what is the correct answer? Crowbar, no. Shovel, no. Stapler, yes, stapler. Stapler is correct for the second order lever. Next one, third order lever. Very simple, my dear children. It's a shovel. Shovel. Wheel and axle, the screwdriver. Then first order lever, crowbar. Right. So these are the answers for the question number 5. Okay. Right then. So we have discussed several questions regarding the simple machines lesson part, my dear children. Now with that one, I'm going to wind up the lesson. So in the next day, we'll meet up with the 16th lesson. Now over there, we're going to discuss about the nanotechnology and the applications. So until then, my dear children, it's time to say goodbye.
To watch these important lessons, subscribe to DP Education's YouTube channel right now. Click on the bell icon to stay updated on the latest lessons. Sri Lanka's largest free online school, DP Education.